I use cloth nappies with my daughter. I find they're a lot more economical than disposables. Disposables, you'll be using, changing nappies probably 6 to 7 times a day. So that's 40 to 50 nappy changes a week, and it works out to be, you're probably spending $15, $20 a week buying disposable nappies. I bought the whole set of cloth nappies for my daughter that goes from newborn to until she doesn't need them anymore. About $120 off Trade Me. So that works out after 8 weeks, it's already paid for itself. So the ones that I like to use are called real nappies, and it's got 3 parts to it. So this is the outer part. It's waterproof, and then there's the inner part which is called a pre-fold. So you fold it into thirds depending on whether it's a boy or a girl. So this is a girl fold, so you fold it inwards that way and then that way, so that ends up like this, and you've got the most absorbency in the middle there. And so that's your outer. So you put the folded nappy on the inside, and then these are also optional. I get these from the warehouse. It's $3.99 for a box of 100. That lasts for ages. They're that one's a bit munted, but anyway, so you put that on the inside there. That's an extra layer, the optional layer. So it's quite good when your baby's got solid poos. You can just pick up the poo in that and throw it away. And usually the inner's quite clean. So you put those 3 together, or the 2 if you're not using the liner. And you do that up over the baby. I don't know if you can see this. So it goes like that. The baby's legs go through there. You can also get other types, like this is one I use for a backup. I use the same liners on the inside that I do with the real nappies ones. I find these a little bit more complicated because of the domes. It's just a bit more work. You got to fluff around with extra things to do. So that's why I use those as a backup, and I use these primarily as my main nappies. And then with the wet ones, it was just a wee. I put them in this bucket with a lid that I also got from the warehouse. I think it was $10. Those stay in there until laundry day. If you've got ones with poo on them, I put them in a bucket in the laundry, a bucket of water, and just leave them in there until laundry day. I use Sard Wonder Soap to get the poo stains off. Sard is great, it's like magic. You gotta scrub it a few times and then you get the poo stains out, and it looks pretty white. I also have this that my sister gave me. It's a Sangenic disposable nappy bin. Because I'm not using disposable nappies, this lasts for ages. So inside it's got something called a cassette, which you probably can't see from here, but it's a white plastic thing. If you buy refills of these cassettes, they're kind of 15 to 20 bucks, and it's expensive. So I managed to find a lady on Trade Me who's selling just the liners, and she also has spare cassettes. So the cassette's that thing that goes around the outside, and she can give you that for free if you don't have one already. It's called Little Bubs NZ was her name, and basically all it is a sheet of plastic. Well, it's a tube, hollow all the way through, and you tie a knot at the end, and you put it around that cassette, and then you can put your you can use that if you're using the, where did I put them? These nappy liners. So that by the time I fill up one of those tubes, it's probably easily a month I get out of that, and those were half the price of buying the actual cassette. So yeah, I recommend cloth nappies. They're way cheaper than using disposables and a lot better for the environment. I forgot to mention with the nappy bin refills, they're actually quite long, and my husband discovered you can cut them into thirds and it's still the right length. So, well, it's a better length. Otherwise, if you leave them as is with this bin, I found that you end up with a whole lot of plastic at the top. So that there is a third of a length. So if you imagine there's 3 of those, is how these come out. And this is a better example of the disposable liner part, because the other one was a bit wrinkled when I took it out. And yeah, so I'm not sponsored by any of the people or products that I just talked about. I just found that these are the ones that work best for me. To make baby wipes at home, all you need is a bunch of baby washcloths, like these little face cloths, and a container with a lid. So you just get your washcloths, wet them under the tap, squeeze out the excess water, and stick them in the container, and there you have baby wipes. To make baby wipes when you're going out, get some paper towels. I got this brand Viva because somebody else recommended them. I did try a different brand, the Eco Store one, but they ended up getting too soggy and disintegrated when I was trying to take them out. So this one's better because it's quite strong and thick. So I cut these into thirds using a bread knife to fit this container here, which is a Sistema 1.2 litre container. If you put it in like that when you're going shopping for a container, find one that fits well like this. If you get ones that are taller, you can cut your paper towels into half instead of thirds. So I've cut it into thirds to fit this container. And you get 1 cup of water. And then you pour your water over your paper towel nice and evenly so you get the whole thing wet. And then you put the lid on and you wait for 5 minutes, and in about 5 minutes time the core will be wet and you can just pull it straight out. So it's been 5 minutes. Get my container, and you can just pull the core out, and there you have your instant baby wipes. You can pull them out like that. There you have it. If you keep the lid on, make sure it's closed, even if it goes upside down. Shouldn't have any water leaking out if you put 1 cup of water in it. Toys, cheap or free that you've got around your house. Pots and pans and a wooden spoon. Library books, free. Got this ice cream container, I cut a hole through the top of it. Inside are pegs, or you can put whatever you want in there for them to put things into or take things out of. Lids as well, you can go in. That's a good drum. Also you can throw the lids around here to make rattling sounds, which is our favourite thing at the moment. And these containers I got from the dollar store. They're the sorts of ones that you take when you go overseas, 100ml bottles. Put whatever you like in them. This one I've got rice in there. This one's got some water. This one's got pumpkin seeds. So you can put whatever you like in there. They all make different sounds. Buy as many as you like. They're recyclable as well, and you can put that in your compost, the rice afterwards if you like. This box has been a favourite of hers. Got that sitting around the house. The cat likes it too. And just whatever kind of lightweight material, sheet, pillowcases, just something different for baby to play with. and it's all just stuff around your house. There's heaps of things, ideas you can get off the internet as well, other things that people have made at home that you don't have to buy for toys. To save on washing and using heaps of bibs and getting food all over your baby's clothes when they're eating solids, I've got one of these art smocks. I got it from the warehouse. It was $6. It's actually designed for children, not infants. So it comes with Velcro at the back, which is too big. So what I've done is got some Velcro dots, and I've sized them so they sit around the baby's neck. So then you can just go like that, and they fit nicely. The sleeves have got elasticated, so you don't get all the food inside their sleeves. And then the food goes all over the front of it, collects on the bottom, and then at the end you just take their hands out, undo the Velcro, pull it off carefully without letting it go, all the food go onto the floor, and then you can put it on the bench here and wipe it down with your dishcloth. And then it's ready for next use, and your baby comes out with clean clothes and dry as well, so that's great because my baby gets food and water everywhere. It's easy to make your own baby food at home. I have cooked and frozen a whole lot of individual vegetables. So for example, I've got this is apple that I boiled and then mashed and froze. This bag's got a combination of carrot, broccoli and tin salmon. The tin salmon's got no added salt. Both the broccoli and the carrot I boiled and mashed it and then froze it. This one is lentils, which I boiled and then simmered for 20-25 minutes according to the instructions on the packet. This is kumara, mashed, I boiled and then mashed. This one I got from a recipe book. It's beef, apple, kumara and carrot mixture. So it was beef mince, grated apple, grated kumara and grated carrot. Bring to the boil and then simmer for about 40 to 45 minutes. And it goes all nice and liquidy, and then you can freeze it. This is the same thing but with chicken. So this one's got chicken, kumara, pumpkin, carrot and broccoli in it. The broccoli I added towards the end because I don't want to boil it for too long. Same thing, just cover it with water and then bring to the boil and simmer for about 40 minutes. I've been using these to freeze the foods. This is a big silicone muffin tray. This one's got smaller ones in it. And these sort of things you can get from the dollar store. They can actually fit quite a lot in there. So today for lunch I'm making, don't know if you can see this, it's a frozen thing of lentils. I've cut part of one of carrot off and some broccoli. So all you need to do is put it on the stove on low. And all you're doing is basically melting and heating your food. And the good thing about having individual vegetables frozen is you can combine any combination you want for a meal. So like say tonight I might give her the beef mixture, and then tomorrow lunchtime I might give her kumara, broccoli and salmon. And if it turns out that you want a wetter consistency than you get by the time you finish heating it up, which takes about 5 minutes, you can just add some water at the end. So it's been about 5 minutes. And this is now all melted and heated up. So it's quite a chunky consistency because my baby's eating more solidish foods. If your baby was having puree, you'd be pureeing it rather than mashing it. And there you have instant lunch, which you can combine any combination of pre-frozen vegetables to make a nutritious meal. It's a bit hot at the moment, so I'll wait for it to cool down before I give it to her. For bath time, I found you don't really need to use any bath products like soap or shampoo at this age because they're not really getting dirty, so we just use water and a baby washcloth, like this kind of thing. Obviously when they get older and start moving around and start collecting dirt, you want to use some sort of product. So I use Dove Sensitive for myself. You can use it as a shampoo as well as a soap. It's recommended by my dermatologist because I have a history of eczema. And actually, if you do have eczema or your child has eczema, I would recommend him. I've tried a lot of treatments over the years, and his one has been the most effective treatment, pretty much just about closest thing to a cure I've found. I'll put the link to his website on this video. So yes, I know bath products or soap needed. This isn't baby related, but I thought I'd take a couple of minutes to tell you about a product that I've found which is great. It's a menstrual cup. So it's an alternative to pads and tampons. I don't know if you've heard of one or not. It's made of medical grade silicone and it's kind of squishy. It looks kind of big if you haven't seen one before. This is a Diva Cup brand, size 2. There are a whole lot of different brands and sizes out there on the market. If you're interested, just Google menstrual cup, you can find out more about it. And it, you kind of fold it to get it in, and it opens inside you and collects your menstrual fluid, and really easy. You only have to change it or empty it twice a day. I do mine morning and night, and yeah, all day. You don't have to worry about using public bathrooms to change or anything like that because you do it at home. And yeah, so I really recommend these.